Hey guys, today I'll be talking about the signature light cone for 5-star Ice Harmony character Ruan Mei. Ruan Mei's light cone, Past Self and Mirror provides the following buffs, which we will be going over. The break effect provided we can assume will be necessary as Ruan Mei scales with break effect. While the amount of break effect needed is unknown, we can assume that the provided 60% break effect will be necessary. I assume that the amount needed will be roughly around 180% based off these numbers. The second buff provided by the light cone is an increase in all allies damage by 24% after using ultimate. This buff will last for 3 turns. This light cone, assuming that Ruan Mei can 3-turn ult cycle, the buff would remain permanent. This ultimate will also provide an extra skill point if the break effect exceeds 150% or is equal to. This extra skill point makes Ruan Mei extremely skill point friendly, as Ruan Mei is a team-wide buffer which can be assumed that she will not need to use skill points often. As a side note, this extra skill point will benefit characters such as Dan Heng in Bibitur Lune or Xing Shui. The last buff from the light cone is at the start of each wave, all allies regenerate 10 energy immediately. This buff will not seem massive at first due to being wave based, but the exception is that with the introduction of 1.6, a new game mode called Pure Fiction will be added, which from what we know is a permanent wave-based game mode that rotates every 2 weeks. These buffs will not stack, meaning that having more than one of this light cone will provide no extra energy per wave. The first alternative light cone that I recommend be used if you have it is Memories of the Past. Memories of the Past is the only other Harmony light cone that provides break effect to a similar scale in comparison to Ruan Mei's light cone. While usable at S1, I wholeheartedly recommend S5 Memories of the Past, as the scaling for break effect at S1 is 28%, while at S5 it will be at 56%. The secondary buff of Memories of the Past is when the wearer attacks, they will additionally regenerate energy. At S5, this light cone will recover 8 energy, while at S1 it will recover 4. As previously mentioned, Ruan Mei should be the character that will be using her skill as frequently as a buffer such as Bronya. So having this light cone will provide Ruan Mei extra energy during her turn rotations, which might allow her to keep her ultimate field. And a second alternative that might be useful is the 3-star light cone Meshing Cogs. While not providing any additional break effect, it however does allow for energy gain which can help with maintaining Ruan Mei's ultimate field as described with Memories of the Past. In my personal preference, I would use S5 Meshing Cogs if you do not have access to S5 Memories of the Past to maintain Ruan Mei's ultimate field. Keep in mind, however, Ruan Mei will require a high amount of break effect, so you might have to use relic pieces such as Meteor Thief or Talius, or a high amount of break effect and substats to be able to reach that threshold if you use Cogs. In conclusion, I feel like Ruan Mei's light cone is a must pull if you don't have S5 Memories of the Past on hand, but if you cannot afford either, the best option will be Meshing Cogs with the right relics. I'll post in the comments my opinion on E1 Ruan Mei once the update releases. Thank you for listening.